All right, so boom, you already know what time it is. We're gonna watch this video by Jamari called "The End of Jidion." And for you guys who don't know, Jidion was a pretty big prankster, YouTuber. You know, started as a Twitch streamer, but seemingly out of nowhere, he's decided that he wants to give it all up in the pursuit of Christianity and God. So let's see what Jamari is talking about and see if he's figured out something the rest of us has missed.
So around 10 years ago was a time period many on the internet would describe as the golden age of pranks on YouTube. You had guys like Vitaly, Roman Atwood, Epic 5 TV, and of course Fousey dominating the scene, gaining millions of fans, millions of dollars, and millions of views in return.
They each have multiple YouTube channels with more than 29 million subscribers among them, racking up nearly 4 billion total views, even landing Roman on the Forbes list of top earning YouTube stars.
Popular pranks at the time were doing things like scaring people in the elevator, insulting people in the hood.
What's up with what? What's up with what?
I just moved in right beside you.
Moved in where?
I'm your new neighbor.
And what's the business?
I'm saying you're my new neighbor. It's
And
nice to
what's
see
the business?
And of course the infamous gold digger prank, where a guy asks a woman out, only for her to reject him until she sees his corny sports car, and then she's suddenly ready to help him get his rocks off.
I don't usually ask twice, but you sure you don't want to go out with me?
Your car?
Yeah, it's my car. Why?
Well, I might be able to go out to dinner with you.
Oh, now you want to. Too bad. I don't like gold diggers.
I do remember this era of YouTube. Simpler times.
These clips had a major ability to go viral across multiple social media platforms. And even till this day, you will see re-uploads of these videos do very well on websites like Facebook, where boomers believe everything packaged to them on a black screen. In fact, Facebook is keeping a lot of these bastards alive. That Coke got money from Zuckerberg does indeed hit different. And the main problem, and the inevitable downfall of this golden age of pranks, came when they began to be exposed for faking these reactions in their pranks.
Hey, I'm Shane Barbera. I was in Fousey Tube's Uber prank. It's fake.
But Fousey, you fake shit. How are you gonna talk about fake shit? Exactly. If anybody knows about fake shit, it's me. I know every video that's fake. It's obvious. I'm in the community. I know everybody who fakes shit. I know exactly how it is.
In the end, the prank space would mostly cannibalize itself.
All these other YouTube pranksters that you see, they're all fake.
Outside of a few still doing their thing, and usually in good nature, like they might prank someone, but at the end they give them some AirPods or some money or something like that. From here, the scene of this golden age of pranks would slowly burn out until there was nothing left, with many of the former
I think these types of videos would just be really hard to make now anyway. Everybody's a little bit more sensitive and more conscious of what's going on. And it would be really hard to like continuously just run up and do weird shit to people without it being like, you know, a thing that they just dislike.
Pranksters getting drunk on fame to the point that they would go completely broke and destroy their life in the process. I guess you could say they would make decisions that they would later regret. Both found a way to evolve these pranks into more like vlogs, with much more personality involved than their older contemporaries. You really didn't see anyone successfully doing this older style that had become so infamous. But then a name would break into the game who no one saw coming, Jidion.
Jidion used to be
the man who took over the internet would break out onto the scene.
Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jidion, back with another banger. And today, man, we about to piss a whole lot of people off.
And this was not an overnight success for the Houston native, as he would make several genres of videos before seeing his path lay out in front of him.
Alright, y'all, so got this list of principles with me right here, you know, got busted and everything, it's all good. We're doing something different, you know, everybody wants to say the N-word, so we got the N-word pass. So you think you can dance? High school dance! Hey, you think I can get your Snapchat? We can start a streak?
Jidion would experiment until he would eventually...
I didn't know he made this many different types of videos, actually. I thought he really was just fully tapped in to just the prank space, but he actually did a lot of stuff. So you think he can dance, risen up girl. He did a lot of shit. Damn. W Jidion.
Jump into the prank genre feet first.
You over here f***ing niggas like Jerome and Tyrone, but you need to be with a Jidion, so Rebecca, will you marry me?
Pranking people out in public, anyone from the Uber driver to a poetry slam, and my personal favorite, parents at football and basketball games, where he would pretend to be a scout interested in their son.
He's not even into girls right now. He all into his book, man.
So he's in the boys right now, James Charles?
Nah, he's just not
Yo!
just kind of his books, athletics, sports.
So is it just that he doesn't have any game, or is it because you're cock blocking?
No, he got plenty of game.
Now, even at this point, Jidion was far from mainstream, garnering around 300,000 subscribers, which is also kind of known as a make-or-break time for a creator here on YouTube, as you probably have had your first taste of some virality, but you have to keep laying the foundation and proving to your newfound fan base that you were someone worth tuning into week after week.
You know what's crazy though? That lets you know that that's where the grind really begins. You've worked hard just to get to 300K, which I'm nowhere near. But we will be there very soon. Trust. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. But that's when the tough stuff really starts to happen. Having a formatted foundation and the way you want to do things for every individual video really doesn't make a difference. And Jidion seemed like he was locked in that much. He was locked in.
Tyrone, I'm back, and I am back with a vengeance. I have driven 3 hours to deliver this message to you. You did not want to give me my size 13, so I am back. Fuck Tyrone. Fuck Tyrone. Go on, let me bone. Calling security, better leave me alone. I'm just trying to smash. Give me that ass.
For a while, Jidion was kind of
What the fuck?
floating around in limbo, not uploading consistently and still carving out his niche. But I remember specifically once I saw him pop up on my TikTok feed, whether it be him uploading his pranks or other people doing it for him, he started popping off over there. And I think it took like the small fire that he was curating on YouTube with his cult-like fan base and poured gasoline all over it. TikTok, especially in 2020, was a place where teenagers and young adults flocked to for hours upon hours a day. So with Jidion's type of content, it was like a godsend for building him a loyal audience, as they loved him in his raw dogging ways.
Hey, shoot that, shoot that. No balls, you won't shoot that. Hey, shoot that next time, number 2. Shoot that next time. You got that.
Like, I hear like there's a lot of like non-binary sharks out here. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Non-binary sharks?
You fucking with me?
No. Like, I just want to make sure, like, you know, I know the right gender so I can go out there and, like, you know, use the right pronouns whenever I catch it.
I wouldn't know.
My name is DeMarcus Cousins, and I majored in raw dogging. My first time trying the vegan stuff.
You chose counterculture for your first vegan experience?
Exactly. I want you guys to take my virginity.
That's so nice. Okay.
I've been a meat guzzler my whole life, so instead of gobbling meat, I want to gobble, you know, some eggplants and stuff.
At this point, Jidion would definitely hit his stride and consistently upload banger after banger, even getting himself involved in controversy for videos like his Best Buy prank, where he would show up to the storefront with an army of fans to make a point to an employee who demanded him to put a shirt on only a couple of hours before.
It's simple! Read the info! It's simple! Read the info!
At this point, Jidion would start streaming on Twitch, quickly.
My boy was on Menace timing. I can't even lie to you. Jidion was on Menace timing. So him stopping, maybe he's just tired of it all, you know? Maybe he was just tired of the grind. Maybe he just needed a break and he wanted to talk to God. Feel me?
Rising up the ranks while collaborating with some of the biggest names like Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat, and it seemed like everything was going perfect for him until he would find himself in his biggest drama yet. Only 3 months after the Best Buy incident, when he would get banned from Twitch over a one-sided dispute with Pokemon, when Jidion said this.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. She is not gonna you, bro. I don't care how much you donated. I don't care how many hours you watch her. She is not gonna you, bro. She has a man. Bro, you probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't want to hear this. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the fourth wall. And spoiler alert, she's getting down every night by a nut.
Now in the end, Twitch.
But the thing is, like, I don't see how people who watch female streamers and like end up falling in love with them and because there's nothing wrong with supporting a streamer whose personality you like or content they make and you like it. Support them, motherfuckers, of course. But like, if you fallen in love with a girl that you never met in life, you've only seen on the screen, and you're donating your whole motherfucking paycheck to the maximum, expecting that you're gonna get something out of it, clearly you're brain dead. Like, he wasn't wrong for saying that. But of course, Twitch took her side, as they always often do, and then ban him off Twitch permanently.
Which would permanently ban him for apparently sending his audience over in what they described as a hate raid.
Hate raid,
and despite his efforts to express his apologies to Pokemon.
After the Pokemon situation, I realized I was just like, okay, you know what? I need to, you know, not censor myself, but I need to like think before I speak. Because sometimes I just say shit.
Even going as far as to see her in person to squash their dispute.
So me and Pokey, we're good now. We had a conversation. I'm not gonna lie. I did think you were the reason I got banned.
Twitch would not budge on his ban and went radio silent as he pretty much begged them to get back on their platform.
I hate beef. I saw the mistakes I made and went out of my way to go through my redemption arc, which led to me reconciling with Pokey and even being friends with her. And we ate a chicken sandwich. You see, I wasn't lying about not liking beef. After 12 seasons of character development and growing and learning and becoming a better person, Twitch has still yet to let me back on their platform. And I just don't know what else to do. So I think I need to do what I do best, and that is unleash the menace.
And even in the wake of his banning, Jidion continued to become bigger than ever, making some of his most viral videos yet. This is when clips of his videos began to go mainstream, gaining the attention of news outlets and celebrities alike.
I mean, that guy was like all the rage. It's like G Gong or something. I don't know what his name is. I can't even, like, it's G Gong. Like, he's a YouTube sensation, and he was getting a lot of love before the game.
He was actually ranked in the top 5 most influential people for the youth in the world at this time.
Me personally,
top 5?
I don't understand it, but it's an honor. I love it. But it just, it makes me want to go even harder because I have this thing where I want to be a legend. Like, I want to go, like, I feel like you're a legend, Logan. You're dead ass a legend.
Thanks.
You are on the Mount Rushmore of YouTube creators. Even if people don't like you, they have to talk about you. And I want to get to that level.
And to go from 2 years ago being relatively unknown to the very top of the entire internet is something we have rarely ever seen here on the platform. He was pushing the limit seemingly every single week to make the craziest content possible, topping himself.
Like, honestly, this video has been like a smooth video watch. This feels like the story of Jidion versus the end of Jidion. Feels more like the story of Jidion for like anybody who didn't know, because I didn't know that that's how he started. I always thought he started off as a Twitch streamer. I didn't know he was a prankster on YouTube first. It's pretty cool to actually learn about the people that you watch sometimes and see like their as he said earlier, character development, how they improved their craft to get where they got.
Every time.
Pause.
And of course, it was not all sunshine and rainbows for him at this point. Obviously, fame is both a gift and a curse, and soon Jidion would find himself in trouble with the general public as well as the law.
Free Jidion. He's been arrested before. You know, he didn't snitch last time, he ain't gonna snitch this time. You saw him.
This is a collect call from
DeMarcus Cousins Sr.
an incarcerated individual at Harris County Jail. You may start the conversation now.
Yo.
Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight?
But all the while, it did seem like
that
he
man
wholeheartedly
funny as
embraced
fuck,
the
bro.
chaos going on around him. After pulling off one of his most viral pranks yet, which would result in him getting permanently banned from NBA and WNBA events, he would take a break from pranks for a few months, aside from a few second channel uploads, and eventually would return to announce that he was turning his life to Christ, saying that he was tired of being a lukewarm Christian and ready to give himself completely to God.
Trying to turn to God, yo. I'm not trying to put like my pinky toe in no more. I'm not gonna just be sitting on the edge of the pool. I want to jump full in. I want to dive all in, chat. So, I don't want to just talk the talk. I want you guys to...
I think that's fair, bro. If you just want to change your life, no matter what phase you're in, age, time, job, sometimes you just got to do it, bro. It doesn't matter if you're at the top or the bottom. Sometimes you got to just make a change to make a change. Nobody can tell you otherwise. Got to do what you got to do. Feel me? Like, that's all there is to it, for real.
Like, see it in my actions. You feel me?
The theme of letting material possessions like fame, money, and attention run his life seems to be the main thing that inspired this massive change in his temperament. It seems like Jidion was not happy with the way he was living his life, and in turn influencing his followers with his platform, even noting that if he was to die that day, he felt he would not be accepted into heaven.
And then right when we got back to the crib, the Uber driver, she looked back at us and she asked us a question. Me answering it made my heart sunk, but she said, if you guys were to die right now, would you go to heaven or would you go to hell? I had to be honest with myself. I had to look into myself, and I was like, the way I'm living right now, if God was to take my breath away right now, I'm going to hell. I couldn't even lie about it, chat. You feel me? Like,
he would also detail in his next upload that watching a specific video where fellow streamer iShowSpeed had an interaction with a preacher in the street is what changed his perception completely.
Are you a Christian? Am I a Christian? Okay. See, that's a very, great question, you know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this, okay?
No. Answer the question first. It's a great question because a Christian is someone that's repented of their sins.
Why you always here?
That doesn't support sexual immorality. That's not walking for fame, but living for Jesus. Someone who's denied themselves, pick up their cross daily and follow me. I'm not.
Bro, these words.
To be live on your stream and have somebody ask you this when your character is to bark and be wild and crazy, like, what would you really even say in this situation, right? Me personally, I'd be like, look, bro, I'm literally doing what I need to do. I'll get to that when I get to it. You feel me? Like, I don't think that anyone should force their religion on anyone because, you know, everyone will come into their own at the time they're supposed to. You know, they will figure those things out when they should. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think anything should be forced on anyone in any type of way. Like, you know, like, I think that's just kind of unfair to do. Doesn't matter who it is. Even if you're doing it for you have the best interest in heart or in mind for them, I still think it's crazy to do that.
Felt like it was like being spoken to me, man.
He would continue to say that he pretty much saw himself in Speed at that moment and did not like it. And since he announced this change in his life, everything he has posted has revolved around godly topics and conversations. And just a couple of weeks ago, he announced on his main channel, after not posting there for months, that he would be done with pranks altogether and completely turning to religious content on this new channel, Jidion.
I kept on putting the world's needs and wants and my own needs and wants above God's love and God's commandments. You know, I didn't want to turn my life to God because I was scared. I was scared of what the world would think, you know. I'm not going to be as popular talking about God. You know, if I follow Jesus, I'm not going to be able to do certain things in my videos. And I was being so selfish. I was more concerned with my worldly desires instead of my spiritual desires when Christ tells us to be born again.
And now, just yesterday, Jidion deleted all of his old content off of his old channels because he did not want anyone to bask in the sin and be influenced negatively by his old content.
Damn.
It's all gone. This is all that's left. Let's go on the second channel. This is all that's left. Let's go on the third channel. Nothing left.
So now he wants to serve as a vessel for his followers to find God, and for him being one of the biggest influencers out there, this is a very big deal. Religion is by and large dying out, with every generation becoming less and less willing to follow Christianity, or really any religion for that matter. So for him to do this knowing it will only make him less popular is definitely a bold choice.
I would say the main thing that people have hit me with since I've given my life back to Christ is, why can't you follow Christ and make content? I mean, you're over here making millions upon millions of people happy. Isn't that of God? Isn't it a godly thing to put a smile on people's faces and to make them happy? And while bringing happiness to the world.
I mean, that's a valid question because it is good to make people happy. But if his soul feels like it's in torment by doing those things and he doesn't feel good about it, then in good conscience, he wouldn't be able to do it. Like, and that's just how that goes. Like, if he could find a balance where he could be entertaining and teach you guys about what he wants to teach you guys about, I think that would be like the best operation for him to go with, and just in general.
World is of God. You can also bring happiness to the world through wickedness. You can bring happiness to the world by serving the devil, you know? If I'm gonna truly give my life over to God, I gotta also take out the wickedness that I put into the world.
I have to say, the only other time I've really seen this was with an OG YouTuber named Kev Jumba, who quit his massive YouTube channel to preach the word and practice Buddhism. Only in his case, he would completely disappear from the internet, deleting every trace of himself. In comparison to Jidion, who looks like he still plans to use his influence to spread the word of God through his new platform. In general, I find this entire decision from Jidion to be shocking but also refreshing. For him to seemingly give it all up, the fame, the fortune, and everything that comes with that to follow his heart is not something we see often from a person of his caliber on the internet. In fact, most people want to ride the train until the wheels fall off and they fade into irrelevance. But to now go full-blown into it is something few people from the outside looking in expected. Do you think this change will be permanent? Or do you think he will return to his old ways at some point, or even, kind of land somewhere in between? Don't be surprised if we see this.
Be surprised if I see him find the balance to where he can still be funny and do comedic things while preaching the word of God. I could see him taking that route. But I think it's dope that he's just following his soul and his dreams. Like, he wanted to be a prankster and get popular on YouTube and chase his dreams, and he did that. Now he's switching gears. I think you should do it. If you think it's time to do something new, do something new. Do not hold yourself back. Who cares if everybody likes it? It doesn't matter. As long as you're happy, you feel me? That's all that matters. But you guys already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, feel me, and let me know if there's anything you want me to react to in the comments type shit. We out.